Hi, my name is Qian. It's an honor to be here presenting our paper, Metamorpheus, Interactive, Affective, and Creative Dream Narration through Metaphorical Visual Storytelling. Science tells us everyone dreams, and dreams are valuable materials to promote effective mindfulness. According to the continuity hypothesis, dreams are theorized to be an enactment and dramatization of waking life experiences, including dreamers' waking emotional concerns. And psychological studies have even found that dreams play a pivotal role in emotional regulation and emotional memory consolidation. In fact, dream narration is already practiced in various psychotherapies, the most notable being the imagery rehearsal therapy, or IRT, as a treatment of nightmare disorder that's often caused by PTSD. In a typical IRT session, therapists will ask clients to write down their dreams and then rewrite them so that they are no longer a nightmare. And these revised dreams need to be mentally rehearsed several minutes a day so that they take place during sleep instead of the old nightmare. So why these psychotherapies and dream narration work is still a matter of debate for many scientists, which bring about a lot of theories and hypotheses to explain the exact mechanism of how they work. But there is one thing in common that is backed up by scientific evidence, that creative expression of lived experiences, including dreams, prompts meaning-making that might deepen into greater self-understanding, resulting in emotional reparation, resolution of conflict, and of course a sense of well-being. An existential psychotherapist, for example, will tell you that many mental health conditions take place when your situational meaning, i.e. appraisal of ongoing events, conflict with your global meaning, such as life goals, beliefs, and purposes. So creative expression offers you a way of reconciling these conflicts by engaging you in a meaning-making process. And previously, HCI researchers have also found similar effects in the practice of creative journaling. The previous studies of personal informatics systems, especially of bullet journals as a creative way of managing personal data, have found that creativity affords a sense of agency and control over users' data, so users often take ownership of the creation results, and meanwhile construct and invest their personalized meaning. That's why users were often found to prefer creative crafting instead of exhaustively detecting and recording their data. However, unlike other personal data, dreams contain a lot of ineffable emotions that are easily forgotten after a short period of time, and that presents significant challenges for creative expression to prompt meaning-making. A Qian 2022 paper on personal dream informatics concluded that, at that time, digital support for dream narration was nearly non-existent except for the simple note-taking features. So that leads to our research question. How do we engage users in creative narration of emotional dream experiences so as to prompt meaning-making and ultimately effective mindfulness? From this research question, we derived two somewhat conflicting design goals. But first of all, we need to help users articulate their ineffable emotions in a dream. But second of all, the creation process has to remain artistic and creative so that we do not take away from users their agency, which is a key indicator of meaning-making. So how do we achieve these design goals? As you might already see from the title, our approach is called Metaphorical Visual Storytelling. But what is it? How does it look like? Well, probably you've already noticed, our slides in this presentation were actually arranged in a metaphorical visual story. Like this image on the left is actually a visual metaphor generated by Delhi. And in order to show that dreams enact and dramatize waking life experiences, we're doing a metaphor between dreams and clouds in the heaven that dramatizes earthly lives. And in this image, to show the close relationship between dreams and emotions, we asked Dali to depict human emotions in a color palette whirling into dream bubbles. And this one, we depicted a therapist in an IRT session as an angel in the image that is able to turn negative emotions in a dream into heavenly bliss. And to show the capability of creative expression of prompting meaning making, we asked Dali in this image to generate a visual metaphor that depicts creativity as a light bulb that gives off light from which new living beings are created. So to summarize, we divide a visual story, in our case a dream narration, into metaphorical scenes. Users specify stimuli and their emotions towards that stimuli to co-create metaphors, including metaphorical text depictions and visual metaphors, to support our first design goal. So what about our second design goal? If an AI generates everything from text to visual metaphors, where is the agency of the user? Well, to address this concern, we allow users to creatively arrange the storytelling interface to look more effective. To be more specific, first, users can apply dominant colors from the generated image to alter the interface, including text and shadows of the text bubble. In this case, a warm pinkish color was chosen to make the bullet journal adorable, which implies users' affection for their own creation. Second, we allow users to creatively arrange the storyline visualization. In this case, the image of each scene is becoming increasingly larger, meaning we build up the suspense until the final scene, our research gap, was introduced. So, to summarize, once a user starts to create a metaphor, there are 4 elements he or she can edit: a visual metaphor and metaphorical text depiction, color filters, and storyline arrangement. To evaluate our system, we conducted a phenomenological study to elicit rich narrative and constructive understanding of our interactions. Specifically, 12 participants were invited to conduct an in-lab story creation task based on their recent dreams, and we constructed an experience-centered protocol to obtain in-situ experience of both the interaction and intermediate and end results. So below is a brief overview of our study results. We found that our design did afford a minimum co-construction process through human-AI co-creation. Here are some examples of how participants constructed personalized meaning from machine generations. The image on the left uses text bubble drizzles to show the participant was bored by his friends talking over dinner in a dream. It was chosen because our participant said it has a person that's cramped in text bubbles, which perfectly reflected his feeling at that moment. The image on the right depicted an old crush of another participant. He chose this image because the moon is beautiful but distant and out of reach, just like his old crush. And this example is how another participant made use of storyline arrangement features. She dreamed of both her past and present in one nightmare. So she arranged 2 scenes in concentric circles to represent the overlap between the past and present. We also found that the interaction with our systems promoted affective mindfulness in a reflective manner. Participants described the interaction as a reenactment, reminder, amplification, reinforcement, or detailed and vivid recollection of past emotions. One of our participants even commented that he didn't even notice his dreams were full of emotions until using the system. Another participant found that the interaction with the system helped her discover hidden emotions in a dream. Speaking of a wedding scene in her dream, She said she thought she was merely shy, but while she was creating the visual story, she felt a great sense of happiness. She reasoned that the sense of happiness used to be hidden in her memories, but now is activated. Although the interaction relieved emotions in the dream, most of our participants said it was in an innocuous manner. They described it as feeling like roasting from a distance with a sense of detachment, using abstract expression instead of concrete recreation, and as if in a third-person perspective. And one of our participants, P4, who actually had a nightmare because of a PTSD, said that the interaction felt as if she escaped from the experience and relived these memories with a sense of detachment, which was quite peaceful and comfortable. She said that I felt I was more focused on the creation and putting emotions into words, which perhaps attenuated my emotions. And these descriptions were quite similar to effects of expressive therapies. We also found that interaction with our assistant created a sense of connectedness, be it connectedness between researchers and participants, or the motivation to share with others. One of our participants, Pete 3, particularly pointed out that it was so engaging and funny to co-create with the researcher, and she asked us if she could keep the results because she would like to use them as profile pictures. Speaking of sharing results with others, many of our participants have shown preferences over traditional text or speech mediums. P4, for example, described it as a milder and metaphorical way of sharing so that it would not disturb others with negative emotions. P4 and P5 said it was more appealing and easier to follow. And PA said that it was more intuitive with storylines and visualizations. So here's a summary of our results. The interaction with Metamorpheus did prompt interactive meaning making between human and AI, which promoted mindfulness in an innocuous manner and created a sense of connectedness, including the connectedness between researchers and participants, and also the motivation to share results with others. For more details of our design and study, please check our full paper, and please feel free to contact me through email.